Star Wars franchise is full of great experiences, specifically within the Skywalker saga. However, it's not just the lightsaber duels and, of course, the different adventures that the heroes and villains go on, but it also has to do with the major action sequences like the space battles and the land battles that makes a Star Wars movie, well, a Star Wars movie. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that a lot of people are really curious about when it comes to this film is, of course, exactly how J.J. Abrams is going to use the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey in Episode 9. Now, we do know that J.J. is currently very much hard at work on developing the final installment of this trilogy during the final weeks of filming for Episode 9, which means we are getting closer and closer to that title reveal of this movie. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with a moment between both Kylo Ren and Rey in one of the major action sequences in Episode 9. Specifically, a description of Rey inside the cockpit of her new starfighter during one of the major space battle sequences. It's said to be a scene in which Kylo Ren is chasing Rey between tons of space debris. The next goes over an exterior shot of Kylo inside of his new starfighter, shooting missiles at Rey while she dodges them by passing through some of the debris from the wreckage of a ship. Another goes over glimpses of Kylo's ship chasing Rey as Kylo is firing missiles to destroy the debris in his path. It's described there is a moment that serves as a parallel to A New Hope when Kylo Ren fires at Rey and hits her wing with missiles locked on her. However, from above, Finn and Poe intervene by use of a new B-wing design and take fire at Kylo's ship, which eventually ties into the moment in which his ship crash lands on the surface of the green world. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this and why I'm getting a lot of A New Hope vibes from this sequence between both Kylo and Rey, and how it's somewhat similar to when Darth Vader was chasing Luke Skywalker in the trench run over the Death Star. So we do know that the First Order are going to have these new types of super weapons in Episode 9. They most likely are going to be Disney's version of the World Devastators taken directly from Star Wars Legends material, which I honestly think is a great move. But as far as this sequence goes, we do know that this is most likely the major space battle, the last one at the very end of the movie within the third act of this story. So, the first thing that I do want to go over is, of course, the new starfighter designs. We do know that both Kylo and Rey are going to have their own ships in this movie, which should be a very interesting touch to a Star Wars film within this trilogy. To this day, we have not seen Rey actually using her own ship, right? She adopted the Falcon, yes, but we never actually got to see her using her very own ship. And I'm talking about like a little small ship, kind of like an X-Wing type of thing in Episode 9 now, is actually going to be everything for Rey. Now, we've heard that it most likely is going to be an E-Wing of sorts for Episode 9, and that Kylo Ren's new starfighter is going to be a mixture between both the one that we saw in both The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. So, of course, a mixture between the actual design of the shuttle that we see in the past two movies, as well as his TIE Striker that we do get to see in, of course, The Last Jedi, or should I say the TIE Silencer. So, the next thing that I do want to go over is how both Poe and Finn are basically serving as a parallel to that of Han Solo, intervening the actual Death Star sequence. So you can already see the parallels of what J.J. Abrams is trying to take from in the original trilogy. So in this scenario, Kylo Ren is chasing Rey. You know, they're both in their own starfighters, they're dodging space debris from wreckage of a ship, most likely a Star Destroyer, and Kylo's shooting missiles at her, and she is dodging them. And this is where Poe and Finn are actually in a new B-Wing design, and actually intervene and take fire and take shots at Kylo Ren. And that actually ties into the sequence that we went over a couple of weeks ago, in which Kylo crash lands on this unknown world. Now, I don't know if you guys knew this, but there was an actual filming session where Adam Driver had to actually film on set over in Cardington next to a destroyed version of his starfighter for Episode 9 on a rocky planet that also had a lot of jungle landscapes in the background. So you can really tell what they're trying to do with this movie. There are a lot of different parallels and little different pieces from the original trilogy making their way into the final installment of this movie. New Starfighter. You can really see that J.J. Abrams is trying to expand and really cherry pick from the EU, as well as pretty much, modifying and upgrading the ships that we are all used to from the original trilogy. Now, what green world are they over? What unknown world is this? Is this the location of the Resistance base that we have been hearing about? Or could this very well be the location of the First Order base, the gigantic headquarters that belongs to Kylo Ren as the Supreme Leader? Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.